Hi, welcome to Mascara School. I'm Rachel Jacob. In this video, we're going to be learning about color matching. Color matching is so important when you're becoming a mascara artist. This is one of the things that I really want you to master. And so the only way to master something is to practice. So get a hold of as many faces as you possibly can. And like I said, like I always say, and you'll hear me say this a lot, is that makeup is not scary because you get to wipe it off. There's nothing scary about it. You should never feel scared to get your hands dirty with makeup and just have fun with it. That's the most important thing. So what we're gonna do is we are going to do a process of elimination with our colors. So I'm very fair. So we're gonna go into the 3 fairest colors, and these will change throughout. You know, we'll get more colors as we go. So just a good rule of thumb is to start with the 3 colors that you think it might be, and then don't be afraid to try new things. So like if the 3 colors you chose aren't working, then just wipe them off and get a new color. Never be afraid to do that. Your client will appreciate you for it and they'll be yours for life. Okay, so this is going to be on me. We're gonna try Moonlit, White Peach, and Aura. Now, what we're looking for, there's a few things that would indicate that it is the wrong color for me. So we're gonna look for 3 things. Does it look chalky? Does it look like it's making my skin look older or have more texture? Is it hard to blend? That's the number 2 thing. And the number 3 thing is, does it look orange or bright yellow? There's a difference between looking lit from within and looking yellow or orange. So you'll start to be able to see that, but in the beginning it's gonna be a little trickier, so you just have to start here. So when I look at this one, I can see that it's a pretty color. It's nice and brightening, but it's a little white and it's giving me some texture issues. And even if you have to kind of blend it in to really see that, then you can just use your finger and kind of tap, tap, tap it in. No big deal. Now you always want to remember what colors you have here, because if you wipe them off, you'll be like, oh, which color was that? No big deal, you just have to put them back on again. Okay, so this next color, it looks pretty good. I'm looking for chalkiness. I don't see chalkiness. I don't see too much yellow or orange, and I'm not seeing a ton of texture issues. So that might be the one. We know this is probably not the one. So I'm just gonna take a makeup remover wipe and remove that one, because that one's probably a no. And then I'm gonna save this one because I think that one could be it. And then I'm looking at this one, and the only thing, I think this one looks pretty on my skin. The only thing I'm seeing is a little too much yellow. Sometimes 2 different colors would be fine on a person, but there's usually one that's better than another. And so if I'm not seeing texture issues and I'm not seeing chalkiness and I'm not seeing yellow, then you're pretty much there. But like I said, don't be afraid to put quite a few colors. You don't even have to stop at 3. You could do 4 colors on that person if you swatch 4 colors and see if there's one that's better than another. So I think I'm gonna go with White Peach for me. I'm not seeing anything too negative about it, and it looks really pretty on my skin. You kind of want it to look like butter on the skin. If you're having trouble blending a color on someone's face, it's a good indication that it's the wrong color for their skin. It's not the makeup, it's almost 100% color choice when you're having trouble blending. So just keep that in mind always. If you decided on a color and you're like, this is really hard to get into her skin and it's making her look dry, then you know you've got the wrong color. So like I said, this isn't scary. Do not be afraid to grab another color and wipe that color off. Your client will appreciate it, and you will too, because you'll have that client for life. Okay, so next we're gonna choose a contour color. Now with contour, what we're looking for is a shadow. There's two things that we don't want in a contour. We don't want orange and we don't want muddy. So we're not trying to make our clients look dirty and we're not trying to make our clients look bright orange. So anywhere in between is fine, and choosing contour isn't as hard as choosing a highlight. It's just a little bit easier, and there's a lot of contours that actually will work for numerous people. So for me, I'm gonna do stone. Can you see that pretty good? Make it a little darker just to, okay, we're gonna do stone, olive. Like I said, don't forget what you're putting where. I'm gonna blend these a little bit just so we can see what they look like. And this is ash, last but not least, we're gonna do ash. Grab another Q-tip. Okay, so now I'm gonna take and make a shadow. If I can find a shadow. Can you see that? And I'm gonna see which one is the closest to a shadow. So this one looks a little orange to me. So I know it's not that one, so that's olive. And always get rid of the one that stands out as the worst one first. Now, I don't know, in this light, this one's looking like weird too. This one's looking greenish or like just a weird color. Just not pretty on my skin. And then this one looks the closest to the shadow that I can see. So that's the one I'm gonna go with, is ash. So we've got white peach and ash. Now, one last thing I want to talk about is the fact that you can use two highlights. So if someone's extra red, like say their skin is so different from under their eyes to another place on their skin, say they have a little melasma or rosacea, you're going to want to use a darker highlight on melasma or rosacea to cover it, because if you use a light one, it's going to go really ashy. So if they have a dark spot or they have numerous dark spots, keep in mind that you can actually color match those spots too with a little bit of a swatch. But generally, my favorite colors for coloring melasma and rosacea would be wheat, amber, sunlit, and June. Those are kind of my four favorite colors to go to for melasma and rosacea. So play with those and see what you think. But we always want to keep this part of the eye bright. So if they do have dark black circles under here, those colors might be great when right under their eyes also. So kind of keep that in mind, and don't be afraid to use two highlights and a contour. Sometimes I find that's the best way to go. Let me think if there's anything else I want to tell you about color matching. Never count a color out. That is super important. I've had times where I got so good at color matching that I thought, oh, it's this color and this color. Like, I think I can just do it. And then I'll put it on someone and I'll be like, it's just not as pretty as I want it to be. And then I'll pick a color that I've never tried or that's not my go-to color, because you get into those ruts where you just choose the same colors. And I really recommend not doing that, because these colors are created for a reason, and there's so many different women with so many different colors of skin, so many different undertones, that I would definitely have my hands in all kinds of colors and not be afraid of anything. Just play with it. Like I said, it's makeup, it washes off, it doesn't have to be scary. Make fun out of it. take it from being scary and turn it into being a challenge, and just have fun with it, like I said, and do a lot of people. People love to volunteer to be, you know, if they feel like you are genuinely trying to learn, they're going to be willing to help you. So don't be afraid. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and you can subscribe if you want to get notified for new videos.